Good afternoon, everybody. Charlie Velasquez here for this mini episode of Tifro and Rugby in Florida towards the Florida finals. We're trying to get every team on record about what's going to happen this Saturday. We have today James Udowenko. Did I get that right, James?
Yeah, you did pretty well. You did better than a lot of people.
Uh, from Eckerd Rugby. Glad to have you. How you boys feeling towards this Saturday? How's that morale?
Morale's high. We've been having a really good week of practice so far. All the guys are excited to, play in a championship. It's, the first opportunity we've had for this in a while. So we're excited to come out and show what we're about here.
And this has become maybe a little bit of a rivalry this year with the boys from St. Thomas, right?
Yep.
A good one. I hope it's a good one.
It definitely will be. I mean, I think it's shown in both of our match. Our first match coming down to 4 points, and our second match coming down to 2 points. I think it's shown that we're going head to head with each other.
It's anybody's game. Let me put on screen here. This is your season this year. Let me tell you first of all, congratulations for having a proper season, because you guys had pretty much like the same amount of preseason games and season games.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of forfeits this season. But last season we were playing in the FCC. We were making a statement to the FCC that we want to be part of their division, and we wanted to show that we can hang with them. And I think we did show that. I think we ended up 3-2 against those FCC teams. And I think we showed that, Eckerd can handle rugby, and we're here as a staple of Florida rugby.
Yeah, definitely competitive games against the FCC teams, and of course, and is that a bid that you guys have formally entered with the FCC, because they have this meeting next month to decide.
We'll see how the meeting goes. We were told last year that if we show that we have the funding, we have the numbers, we have the proper match secretary, and that that we can hang with them. We were told that we'd get an invitation to the FCC, and we were told previously, I think it was December or November, that we could expect a letter. But now it sounds like STU is making a bid as well. But
which
we
is
played
fine.
those FCC teams. Yep.
But my recommendation is you be proactive on that. Don't wait for the letter. Call the person in charge.
Oh yeah, we're trying. We're hounding them. We're trying to get in there.
That would be awesome, because you guys have been a little bit sort of left out in the cold, right? You used to play in escrow, right? So you actually had a proper season.
With COVID, and then the escrow thing disbanding and stuff. Yeah, we got kind of left high and dry, and we did what we could and played the teams that we could, and now we're trying to build it back up. And so myself, I'm a senior, so trying to leave the younger guys a competitive division that they can participate in something for.
Very important to train the match secretary from one season to the other.
Oh yeah, we're training. We have a guy that we're training up. We've been our president Jonah has been putting him to the test.
Okay, because I have to deal with match secretaries all season long, and it's very typical in college that every year they change them, because that's what you do. And it's a little bit of a nightmare. Tell me about this team. You were also mentioning to me that you had a change of coach mid-season.
Yeah, we are thankful. Coach Gerard, all last semester and the year before that, he was training us up, and then he got us to start playing those FCC teams, because he wanted us to jump up that league to play with the big boys. And then he had some other commitments. He got a new job and stuff. So, being the good guy he is, he hooked us up with another phenomenal coach, Gareth, who is our current coach now. And Gareth's been doing an amazing job, and we couldn't ask for two better coaches to coach us over the past couple of years.
What's going on the West Coast that you have so many international coaches? South African. Now this one is Australian. You were telling me, right?
Yeah. We've lucked out, thankfully.
Is it that beach of yours?
It must be the beach or something. I don't know. Both of those guys are from the Pelicans club. So the Pelicans are a great team themselves. So yeah, I think we just hop on with the Pellies because we're the two St. Petersburg teams kind of holding it down here.
You guys seem to have a nice like local environment because I see you play a lot with either Tampa or the Pelicans.
Yeah, we get along well with them. You know, we have quite a few Eckerd alums on Tampa Crew and the Pelicans. So we go back and forth, and you know, we play each other when we can. It's always competitive. It's always a good time. And we all, you know, love playing with each other. A lot of times, if we stay in Florida over the summer and stuff, a lot of guys will play with the Pellies, and they're, you know, thankfully for them, they or not thankfully for them, thankfully for us, they accept us into playing with their team over the
Wow,
summers.
of course. I mean, if you have college, you should try to recruit them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it does also seem to me that the school is pretty supportive of the programs
The
for you
score,
guys and also for the ladies, right?
yeah, no, they've definitely helped us out a lot. You know, we're not a NCAA team like we have. You
Yeah.
know, we're D2 here, so we don't get all of the benefits. But our school, they help us out. They reserve our field just for us, and you know, they give us the support we need.
Tell me a little bit about the roster you have this season in terms of how many is it mostly from last season? You have a lot of new recruits.
Yeah,
Just tell me a
so
little bit about it. I mean, how many experienced guys you have? You have a lot of people from abroad on the
Uh,
team.
no. So
No,
we actually, you know, like I said, we're not
just
we don't
coach.
we're not a varsity program like STU and stuff. We cannot give out scholarships, so we don't get international guys. A lot of times, you know, even myself, you know, I'm captain of the team now, but coming into college, I didn't even have any experience playing rugby, and I think that's true for every single person we have on the roster right now. Before college, they had no rugby experience, and now we have guys that, you know, 6 months in, they're uh, playing for that starter spot, and a lot of guys on our roster aren't anywhere experienced with or with rugby at all. So we have, you know, and on the roster we'll be bringing Saturday, we have guys that have been playing for, you know, a year or two or three if they're seniors, but not guys that have been playing since high school or since you know, since a little kid.
This is probably going to be a close game, most likely, as you know, most of the time finals are, and just because of the games between you two, they've been close. Both programs are really excited to get away with the win. Them because being a first year team, it would be awesome for them, and you guys have been working really hard for this. Do you actually like train for how to manage the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game when the score is 1 or 2 points apart?
You know, we try and train for every situation. I think we
And
know
sorry,
how.
the reason I'm asking you is in these finals over the years, we see a lot of games that just come down to the last 2 minutes, and the team who manages better those 2 minutes by not making errors or capitalizing on errors or defending properly, those are the guys who win the game. And it's actually how you play the last 2 minutes. And if you
Yeah,
have a good kicker, also that makes a big difference.
yeah. So I think a lot of that does come down to conditioning and cardio. You know, I think all of our guys have the skills and the knowledge to get it done, and I think it's going to come to, you know, who's been working harder over the last couple of weeks and who's trained properly. And you know, I think that our system will work if we stick to it and everyone remembers it in those last 2 minutes, like you're talking about, and we keep our conditioning up.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. What is that flag that awesome flag you have behind? Tell me about
Uh,
that.
yeah, that's just the Wales flag. We try and me and my roommate, we like to just
Okay.
try and get flags from all over. You know, I don't have any affiliation with Wales, but we have, you know, Wales flag and England flag, Ireland, New Zealand. I think we have a couple other like Scotland and stuff like that.
Hey,
We like getting the international flags.
you know which is the nicest flag in the world? From
What?
Uruguay. I have it over there in the background. See that one there? Try to get that one. You can't really see it, but just
Which one? Which one is that?
this from Uruguay.
Oh, okay,
Uruguay.
okay.
Last question, because as you see, we're being sponsored by the Miami Sharks for these interviews and for what we're going to do on Saturday. What are your thoughts on having a MLR team in the state? Of course, it's not close by, but would that be something that you guys would make plans to come and see during the season next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm excited to just have a professional team down here, and like you said, they are a little far from us, but it's great for growing the sport in Florida because it seems like everyone's just getting more and more affiliated and loving rugby more and more as I've been here. So I'm excited for a professional team to be down here, and I'd love to go see a game of theirs and see what it's all about. Because I haven't actually been able to see a professional rugby game because in America it's not the biggest thing, and so
Yeah,
I've
of
been down
course.
here for 4 years, and I'm excited to see a game. Yeah.
And we rarely have high level rugby here. Well, I'll give you a tip. Just when you get that schedule, just try to make it match to the Miami Sharks schedule. So when you have to come here, try to be playing against some local team, FIU or somebody.
Yeah, hopefully if we're down in Miami, we can stop through and see a Sharks game. That would be awesome.
I really hope you guys can get into the FCC. I know they have their standard, which is and that's why it works so well. But it would be really nice to have a couple of teams more playing.
Yep. We're hoping they see us for the rugby team we are as well.
Good. Well, James, thank you very much. Good luck. I'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'll be doing the winners interview, not the losers one. Hopefully.
Yep.
But I tell this to everybody, so it's special. Good luck, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.